Hey there, what's going on? I hope you're doing fantastic. So today I will take you on this real estate video shoot and teach you everything that I know and I do during a video shoot of a real estate property. So I just arrived to the location. I'm going to go ahead and go outside and say hi to the real estate agent, to the owners if they are there. And I'm going to find out everything I need to concentrate on. If there's some kind of highlights, is it something that we need to avoid or something that we need to absolutely concentrate our attention and show off about this house, particularly this house. So let's go ahead and say hi to the owners or the real estate agent and do the walkthrough. And then afterwards, I'll go ahead and grab all my stuff and my gear and start setting everything up. So now I have here a DJI RS3 Pro. On top of that gimbal, we have FX3 with 16 to 35 f4G lens with internal electronical zoom, which is going to be really helpful. We're going to be doing actual parallax effect. And what's cool about this setup, it's super light. It is amazing in low light. And I can actually control the zoom in and out with the joystick over here. And the same thing, I can control the camera. No wires needs to be attached to this gimbal and camera. So you have control Bluetooth, and all I'll have to do is just set up everything the way I need to set up. Now, make sure you balance your gimbal the right way. You take off the lens cap, you put in the SD cards, batteries, and everything. Just your camera is ready to shoot, and then, only then, you balance your gimbal. Actually, if you need help on how to balance your gimbal and how to correctly balance your gimbal, go ahead and check out this video and in the description down below. So we're gonna start with just making sure I already balanced everything, so I'm not gonna go into it. I'm gonna just make sure that I set everything is good to go. And every single time what I do, I'll take off the lens cap, turn the gimbal on, and I hold the M button and the trigger button at the same time for just a few seconds until it starts shaking. So it's gonna auto calibrate itself just to make sure everything is good. So as you can see, it starts just like wobbling. Then I'll go ahead and set up my white balance and just start making some smooth shots. Now, preferably, you're doing the walkthrough like the viewer, or let's say the viewer who's going to be watching the video, they want to see the walkthrough as they're walking through the door to see first things first, obviously the front of the house. Then they want to walk in through the door. They want to see the staircase that meets their eyes when they walk in through the doors. Then maybe some living room that is beside the actual main entrance. You want to get those smooth walking in shots, tilting, panning. So you want to make sure that you're making those smooth shots. Go just side, just crab walk. If you have some nice long exterior or countertops, you want to just show it off, especially the kitchen. The kitchen is like #1 for the real estate. Get the gimbal ready, get the camera ready, and just start shooting. Go as wide as you want, unless there's some parts that you want to more zoom in shot, then I would go to 35. Otherwise, I'm just staying at 16 f4 or maybe higher, because I'm going to be shooting at 12,800 ISO, so second native ISO. So I can just I can do that. Some other video cameras, they cannot handle that, ISO, that noise. Sony's, they rock at low lights. I'm shooting slow motion. I'm shooting 60 frames per second. So if you're shooting 60 frames per second, then you have to double the shutter speed, which is 125, 1/125. I go f4, then I will go ahead and adjust my white balance, because this light over here is pretty yellowish, which we don't want that. We want to have, obviously we want to represent as close as possible to what the lighting is here, but for aesthetic reasons, I don't want my shots to be as yellow as really the lights are here. So I'm gonna just tone it down a little bit on yellow. So we're gonna go about 3,500 Kelvin. I think that's gonna be good. It's ready to go. And there's times that I would go a little bit higher on the f-stop, just so everything be in focus. So let's go ahead and jump into showing how the movement is going, what I do, how to do the ninja walk, and let's start. What I did is just I opened the doors, and here's two ways you can do this. You can focus on the light right here, which is a really cool shot when you kind of like turn, twist, and just get out. And I'm in a like a FPV drone follow mode. So I go from here, from the actually showing some cool light at the entrance, press record, and smoothly back out. So again, I almost tripped over here. Nothing's really perfect. So I'm gonna turn and smoothly get out, ninja walk. So I did it backwards, and then I'll just reverse it in post, and it's gonna look freaking fantastic. And then after, so I'll go, it would be entrance, I already filmed outside and in the yard, backyard, before it's like too dark. And then I'm gonna shoot the upstairs. Still, I'm gonna shooting this first floor, then I'm gonna shoot the upstairs, but in the video I'll probably show off the upstairs because as I was walking in, I was just curling up the staircase. So yeah, and then the basement, and I'm done. I'm out of here. So let's go ahead and film some shots. I got all that upstairs done and everything. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just show you what I usually use as far as when I'm shooting PFT mode, if I'm going through staircase and I want to get control of up, down. But majority of the time in real estate, just want to level it up, just make sure it's all steady. And the movements that you want to make is ninja walk, backwards, whatever is more comfortable for you. I always start recording just a little bit sooner than I actually start moving. Just that extra second or 2 seconds of just steady shot. It's a great habit to have, to start the recording first and then start the movement, and then stop the movement, and only after a few seconds stop the recording. Those little details matter for a good editor, okay? So all it is just I'm doing mainly like a ninja walk, and depending on what kind of lens you have, because if you do have wide lens, it's not showing shake as much. That up and down movement shows on the camera, unless you're using some gyro data or whatnot. This cameras have gyro data, some don't. And you want to learn how to do this ninja walk where you bend your knees and you literally tippy-toeing around and just hold the camera without any of this shaking. So what I love to do is orbiting, kind of like I guess they call it like a hero shot or whatnot. When I have, let's just say my focus is on the camera that is recording me right now. So I just turn on recording, and then I do orbiting left, and then I do orbiting right. And I try to keep it centered, the camera right in front of me, and I will show you the footage of this right here. So, and every time you do this, you have an opportunity to do not only speed ramping and just smooth transition into another shot, but also you're teaching yourself, your legs, your body to do this. First it's gonna be rough, but then you're gonna get stronger, you're getting used to it, and you will do an amazing job of actually moving, then lowering it down to give extra special something to this footage. You can raise it. There's times that I would go, instead of PF mode, I'll go to PTF mode, pen to follow, and then I go up and tilt it. I go up and tilt it down. I go backwards and move it down and tilt it up. So it gives a really good perspective. So when a viewer watches that video, it's not just from the regular eyesight, it's from down angle, up angle, left, right. So it's a really unique way of just shock your viewers. You don't have to be always low to the ground. Again, like I'm pretty tall, so I'm usually used to having everything around my crotch area, just camera and gimbal. So I get used to this shooting, and then when you are a shorter person, obviously you would want to maybe just to get it a little bit higher. But the rule of thumb is that you don't want to get too low or too high. You want to make sure that shot is just enough to see out over the countertop, over some of the miscellaneous stuff on the countertop. So it would be not blocking the whole view of the room. So, and then if you ever have issues with stabilization, you always can go to Catalyst Browse. I'll make a video about the stabilization from Catalyst Browse, and gyro stabilization is just amazing, amazing way of stabilizing your footage. In those cases, I would suggest if you have a footage where I'm shooting right now, I just drop down to 30 frames per second. I'm going with a smooth movements. So if I slow it down just a little bit, it's totally fine. Just keep in mind when you are filming, you go into, let's say, 30 frames per second. I'm shooting 1/60. If you want to get the most out of your gyro data and get that stabilization to the next level, you probably want to crank it up just a little bit, the shutter speed higher. The higher shutter speed, the easier the gyro stabilization will be processed in the Sony Catalyst Browse or any software that does handle gyro data. Just keep that in mind when you're shooting real estate or any other projects. Okay, so now I'm done with this whole basement and the whole house. It's already dark outside. I started around 5 p.m. Now I think it's like 8 p.m. with all the photos, videos, all that stuff out of the way. It took a while, but keep in mind, majority of information that your real estate agent provides you with is, hey, the house is ready to, rock and roll. Everything is nice. We hang some pictures, we put some plants. We make it really nice for you to go ahead and shoot. So you communicate with your real estate agent, because that's the worst when you are showing up on the real estate shoot and it's a mess. You have to change, move stuff around, clean. Some mirrors are dirty. You want to talk to your real estate agent just to make sure that everything is clean and set and ready to go and the house is presentable, because you would want to charge more if you are taking all those extra steps, cleaning, remodeling, whatever, painting, disclose, and ask the right questions from your real estate agent. I'm going to text my real estate agent that I'm done for today. I got everything handled. I want to shut off all the lights, everything in place, take all my equipment out of the house, and then use the code and lock the house. If you do have any suggestions or questions or something that I missed maybe, please do let me know in the comments below, or just message me or so. I will gladly answer some of those questions that you might have. Or maybe if you have a suggestion, I will use it in the future videos to make sure that everybody is being helped by these kind of tips and tutorials just like this video. If this video was helpful for you guys, please don't hesitate to slap that subscribe button, bump the bell while you're at it to get notified of all the other videos that are going to be coming out soon. And stay awesome, my friend, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.